In those dark mornings, deep in June, when brooding birds stir in the nest, and heavy dew slip down the leaves and drop into the rose's breast, I woke and looked into the east and saw no sign of coming day. The pale cold morning rolled in mist, slept on the hilltops far away. My window looked into the dawn, the slumbering dawn that was so nigh. The shadow of the hills was drawn in waving lines against the sky. But warmer hues began to tip the edges of the mountain cloud, and morning's rosy cheek and lip glowed softly through her snow-pale shroud. I turned and gazed into the west. The river murmured in my ear, "Good night and silence, dreams and rest. Another day of toil is here." I would I had a ferry boat with every swift bright sail unfurled, to fly beyond the west and float with night into the underworld. My head sank lower on my arm, my eyes reclosed in sleepy bliss, while fancy wove her subtle charm. My dream did shape itself to this: upon a shore whose sands of gold sloped down into a silver sea, her radiant pinions all unrolled, a ferry boat did wait for me. At night, with all her splendors pale, did walk before me on the deep. The stars looked through her azure veil, and hand in hand her went sleep. Beyond the hills, into the night, my boat went drifting like the wind. The stars paled around us in the light, died on our pathway far behind. And the cloudy shapes with rippling hair that shaded eyes of dreamy calm formed and dissolved into the air, which laved my brow with waves of balm. Dusk arms upreaching from the sea, and shadowed faces seen and gone, toward an isle did beckon me beyond the farthest gates of dawn. We drew towards that lonely shore, with still and measured motion slow. I saw the hills lift evermore, their massive foreheads crowned with snow, and underneath, like moonlit fair, I saw 100 fathoms deep the crystal columns light as air that undergird the Isle of Sleep. And spire and dome and architrave and pictured windows rainbow gleams upshone from the charmed wave, afloat upon a sea of dreams. The sea moss wove her braided locks along the beach in chains afar, and lilies smiled among the rocks, fearless and perfect as a star. A wood of asphodel below uprose as still and sweet as death, and gliding shapes moved to and fro. I watched them with suspended breath. Lost loved ones met and clasped me here. I looked into their eyes serene. They spake to me, and I did hear, as I were walking in a dream. But even then a wind arose that swept the morning mists away, and showed unfolding like a rose the bright flower of the perfect day. And fading, fading like a cloud, the hands I clasped like wreaths of smoke, while chanticleer crowded shrill and loud, and wan and wildered I awoke.